going to use that one in the future, but it didn't
Right.
seem like it.
Right. And who did
Didn't
she
seem
say
like
that to? I can't remember.
she said it. I don't know the context, but she said it
Dory?
to Dorit. Yeah. And Erica's like, "Do you think you're bigger than her?" And she's like, "My wallet is." I mean, it is true by a ton.
Sure.
By a ton.
Sure.
Sorry, Dorit.
I mean, I just love when she went to dinner with Erica and Kyle, and Erica was like, "Oh, I love your bag," and she's like, "Oh, it's from Dolce Gabbana La Scala." Okay, I'm gonna sit down now. I just love that she's just kind of she's in a world. She kind of reminds me of Lisa Barlow. Like they create a world that's like they live in, and everyone else is just kind of living in a different world. So it's
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 kind of fun. It's so funny because Arden is on my place of places I want to try. It's been on my list. I've never been there, but it's right there in West Hollywood.
It is. You know, every restaurant on that corner goes out of business. I don't know why.
Really?
Every restaurant. It's because it's right across from Hamburger Mary's. I don't know why that
Yeah.
really just has like bad juju. There's been, when I lived in LA, it changed twice. And now this is the fourth time it's changed in
And
the last
does it get
year.
busy? And is it like a hip place? I've gone by it and I'm like, I want to go here because just the flowers. It does look pretty.
It's beautiful. So it used to, when I liked it, it was a bar called Sandbar and it was all sand.
Interesting.
And they had swings and you felt like you were in Tulum. That went out of business. Then
Huh.
there was like one of those specialty donut shops that went out of business. I mean, they've tried everything in that corner. So maybe Arden will be good. It looks good.
It's a weird location. Interesting. Your favorite topic. Any thoughts about Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively? Anything? And
Yes. So
by the way, okay, we'll go on. I was gonna say, and Candace Owens, I mean, that's like she has entered the conversation. You know that she covers this now and is like
she does.
millions of people are invested in what she has to say now on this.
She does. I mean, she's a wackadoo.com, but just because someone's wackadoo most of the time, I don't agree with any of her opinions about gay people and trans people and all that aside, is that on this topic, she's not wrong. So I hate to admit that because I'm not really a Candace Owens fan, but she does cut through kind of the fat and get to the point of the issue. I think what she highlights is, again, that bad behavior in Hollywood. And again, I think whether or not this happened, the sexual harassment, who's right, who's wrong, I don't really know. But what I know is that there is a strategic plan on both sides to smear, right? There's that deleted scene from Deadpool where he's clearly talking about Justin Baldoni, his long hair. He's saying, the man, a podcast that
Man
monetizes
bun.
women. Come on, like we're not dumb. And, that deleted scene has been shared more than the entire movie has been shared. I'm sure Ryan Reynolds is upset about that fact. So I'm all of this stuff together. I think there's bad behavior on both sides, and I'm always going to stick with this. And people get really mad at me about this, and I've gotten a lot of hate. Is that I think that they're both bad behavior. I think it's like Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. I don't think anyone won that lawsuit. They're both crazy. Like I just, and everyone was very invested, and I understand why. But what I thought was interesting is the lawyer was interviewed. Justin Baldoni's lawyer was interviewed on TMZ, and Bubba needs to work on his angle because it was like this. I was like, sweetie,
Really?
you got to work on your angle. But anyway, he said something interesting. He said, we are not scared and we don't back down from Goliath. Like, we're not going to back. This is David and Goliath, and we're not going to back down. And then I thought there was a lot of, I mean, again, kind of out of touch. And this is what happens with A-list celebrities is that Blake Lively had said to the court that she does not want to be deposed by Justin Baldoni's lawyer. Honey, that's not how the court works. Like, this is not the set of gossip
Hmm.
where you can ask for a hotter coffee. Like, this is not like you don't get to make requests at the courthouse. So I just thought I was like really out of touch.
I didn't even know that, but yeah, she's gonna have to come around to that because this is going forward, or you can settle the case at any point. But rumor is that he won't settle. I mean, rumor is that he's like, no, like it's not really about money for him, although it is. I mean,
I don't
it's
blame him.
about,
I
right?
don't blame him. Why would you settle when you have them in a chokehold? Whether or not people like him online or not, it doesn't really matter because it's gonna be up to 12 people who at this
Mhm.
point, there's no way they haven't seen stuff and made out like already made up decisions. How are you gonna find a jury who has never heard of this? Doesn't like
How
celebrity.
they find, I mean, I did not follow Depp and Amber Heard at all, but like, I don't know how they found it for that. I guess they did.
But that was less publicized because
You
what
think?
started the
Yeah.
publicity was the law, the trial itself. This is all before. Like we talked a little bit about them before, but then it was really that woman Camille who I actually met because it's Katie Janela's lawyer. So I actually met her at dinner. Lovely
Mm.
woman, Camille, who was Johnny Depp's lawyer. And I asked her what she thought about all this. And her response was, it all comes down to the 12 people in that court. It doesn't matter what everyone thinks. It doesn't matter that people are saying, I stand with Blake. That doesn't matter. Like, and if you've noticed, a lot of
That
celebrities are
doesn't matter.
backing off. They're not really taking her side. And,
Well,
did you see someone from Gossip Girl said she burps and farts on set? I mean, now it's getting really in the gutter.
it's getting in the gutter. This is Leah Michelle all over again. She didn't have a lawsuit, but everyone, we have Kiki Palmer saying, someone was racist and said
Yeah.
this on the set of Scream Queens. Well, honey, you're obviously talking about Leah Michelle.
Who else are you talking
And
about? And then there was the whole thing. Remember, they said she can't read. I mean, people still ask her if she can read now.
people ask her that. Well, the rumor is, speaking of people that are not saying their team Blake anymore, everyone's saying that, and Candace Owens is saying this too. Well, first of all, Candace Owens wants Taylor Swift subpoenaed, which I agree with you. I am, look, there's two schools of thought. A lot of people are, look, first of all, it's brilliant. If Candace Owens could take, I mean, wouldn't everybody in the world want to do that? If you can take one thing that you're good at, which is, or, not good at, but have a huge following with is politics, and now you're talking something totally different, and your audience is pretty much not leaving you, you
Mhm.
are recreating and rebranding yourself to a whole new genre of two things you can now do. It is
Sure.
brilliant, whether you like her, agree with her, whatever.
It's
She
smart.
knows what she's doing. It's very smart.
It's a smart
And
pivot. And
right?
remember, David, it is still politics because like people forget Hollywood. They always joke that, DC is ugly Hollywood in the way that it works the same way because
True.
the fact is it's a lot of politics, right? They wanted to squash him and then be like, okay, you're done. But they didn't expect this man to speak up. And remember, because I think if he was just an actor in the movie, I think he would have just settled. But the fact that he went and found the book, Colleen Hoover then in multiple interviews said she wants him to play the part of Ryle. Like she was very intentional. And there is a clause in there that says if there's any sexual assault, you lose access, right, to the book, the second book. There's a morality clause. So I'm not saying that like Blake Lively did this because she wants the second book. I have no idea. But what it seems like is you bring forward the sexual harassment knowing the morality clause in Justin Baldoni's contract. So boom, it's like then he loses the second book. I saw a video of him in Sweden. Again, he could be pretending he's an actor, but he went to a Sweden movie theater with his family, took pictures with everyone, went and sat in on the screening. I didn't see Blake Lively do any of that stuff. I didn't see her go to one fan thing that wasn't by the studio.
No, and also right. So there's the morality clause in the thing, right? Like if you do this and blah blah blah. Well, that's right. You sue for that, you lose the second book. Yes, he did do all of that. I agree with you. All of the no, I mean, I think, and by the way, now people are saying Taylor Swift, like she's distancing herself, she's backing off.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
People have referred to, which I don't remember this because people have referred, I'm not a Swiftie. People have referred to like Taylor Swift is really close with Todrick from Big Brother and um
Real
the
Friends of WeHo, that awful show.
yes, that awful show that she was hanging out with Todrick all this. Maybe her star was just taking off and she was like, Todrick, who I gotta trade up for some A-list friends. But apparently she turned her back on Todrick when
Okay.
he got shamed on Big Brother for his gameplay and all that, and he was quote unquote canceled, even though no one's really ever canceled. I mean, Stassi Schroeder is thriving and making more money than she ever has.
There you go.
So,
Was that because he didn't pay his dancers? There was that whole thing